mentioned some figures on industrial output. Industrial output was up 3.9%. And in April, it was slightly down, and we are witnessing a decline in car manufacturing and in the processing sector. In the metals sector, there is a significant decline in the medium term, and we have already held meetings on a number of industries, and we highlighted our priorities, and we agreed on measures to support companies and their workers. I would like to point it out to the government that these measures must be carried out to enable these sectors to overcome these challenges. Let me add that we need to step up efforts in these and several other areas, and to take specific action. And in this connection, we will continue with these meetings on specific sectors in order to discuss and resolve issues all the companies involved in these sectors face, including contractors. And for the positive agenda, what can I say? We know very well that we have positive momentum in agriculture and in the construction sector. These are the key cornerstone sectors of our economy, employing millions of people, and they have a lot of importance for many regions and territories for improving the lives of our citizens. Let me also note that unemployment is also quite low. It was at a historically low in April, and in May, the number of the people who were registered as unemployed declined. In April, we had 4% unemployment rate, which is the smallest unemployment rate in all our history. This is a major achievement in today's environment. I would like to ask you to keep the situation under your control, considering that there are still major risks on the labor market. We have been able to master inflation and to take it under control. As of May 27, it was 12.4% since the second half of May. Prices have no longer been growing. Now the inflation rate has zeroed out. We know that there are certain pros and cons to this, so we need to keep a close eye on the situation and to act on the foreign exchange market. The situation is also quite stable. The ruble has appreciated. This enabled us to ease some of the foreign currency restrictions and to reduce the mandatory sell-off of foreign exchange revenue from 80 to 50%. And this decision is designed to simplify foreign trade and to streamline it. We've already discussed this during our previous meetings. We need to support consumer demand and to make sure that it grows. In May, retail trade increased 5.4% year on year, but in actual terms, in real terms, there was a decline. And once again, let me emphasize that we need to incentivize consumer demand to make sure that household incomes are growing. This means more liquidity, more resources, and we have taken a number of decisions. Starting June 1st, we increased pensions and minimum wages by 10%, and the subsistence wages also were increased, which means that many social benefits will also go up. A number of sectors will benefit from deferred social security contributions. And judging by our budget statistics, and we've discussed this with the Prime Minister recently, not all the companies that were entitled to these benefits decided to use them so far. So not all the funds were engaged that were allocated to this effect. Let's just discuss why this happened. But anyway, I'm asking the government and the regions and our key business associations to make sure that companies on the ground are well informed about on who is entitled to these deferred social security contributions. I would also like to highlight to the central bank the importance of lending, including mortgage lending, and to keep an eye on the developments in this sector. There was a decline in this sector despite reduced interest rate and the government support measures. Let's also discuss ways to be more effective on this front as well. We're also working on the budget for the next 3 years, and a matter of principle here is the architecture of budget guidelines, the budget rules, which are designed to ensure sustainable growth for the Russian economy. We need to be flexible in this regard, and I'm asking the government to present its proposals in this regard by the end of June. Let's get down to business. We have things to discuss, and I would like to give the floor to Mr. Reshetnikov. Colleagues, good afternoon. We are discussing the situation in the country's economy, and we are drafting decisions in this regard, and I suggest that we discuss the key sectors of the economy and the macroeconomic indicators. We will, of course, discuss the outcomes and the effect of the measures we have taken, and we will also discuss additional measures we can take in this effect. First of all, I would like to highlight some industry figures